Do you enjoy watching interesting and funny movies? Honestly speaking, I'm not much of a big fan of comedies. When I choose movies, I would go for those thought-provoking ones, the ones that can really drag me into the plots, like some movies where detectives cracking cases and something like that. So yeah, that's basically my taste in movies. And the next question is, do you think you are a funny person? I don't think so, honestly. I have never heard anyone saying that I'm funny. I guess I'm not a very hilarious person, and I'm very terrible at telling jokes. But I try to be nice to my friends and try to be a nice person, but I'm not a funny person. And the next question is, are you a person who often makes others laugh? Well, as I've mentioned, I'm not funny, that type of person, so probably no. And some of my friends even said that I'm a bit serious sometimes, and so I guess I'm not like a very fairly relaxed person that could always be funny and so chilled. But I could be a good listener if I can be one of the advantages of being my friend. So the next question is, do you always laugh at funny things? Yeah, for that I would say yes, because I'm a person who could be really easily amused whenever I see some funny videos on the internet or even the interesting comment left by others on the internet. I could laugh at that for quite a long time. I guess nowadays the comments left on the internet, some of the hilarious ones, are so inspiring, and the people who left them are just so creative. So the last question is, when was the last time you laughed? Probably this afternoon. I mean, when I had a video call with my mom, she said something hilarious. She's a funny person, by the way. I just laughed a lot. And when I also browsed the short video on my phones, when I saw some interesting videos related to pets, especially like pet cats, yeah, I laughed a lot. Basically, every day there's something hilarious going on in our lives, so yeah.
Do you enjoy watching interesting and funny movies?
You know what? Actually, when I was a kid, I was fascinated by the comedies made by Stephen Chow, a really famous comedian in Hong Kong. Whenever I watch his movies, I would totally laugh my head off. However, now I've grown up, and I just find myself spending more time watching those sci-fi, complicated movies that you can imagine, like Doom, this kind of sci-fi. I don't know. Maybe it's because I have grown up and I prefer to dive into more abstract and complicated stuff. So nowadays, I don't actually watch a lot of comedies. That's a pity. Yeah.
Do you think you are a funny person?
Wow. Yeah, I think so. Yeah. Because I like to make others happy. Sometimes I make ugly faces and I tell jokes to my friends, and I just want to make them happy. I think making them happy is not only my responsibility, but it's also something that I love to do, because looking at smiles on their faces make me really satisfied.
Are you a person who often makes others laugh?
Oh yeah, I do. Like, I remember my friends, they always give me this kind of comment. They think I am funny lady. It can be translated in Chinese, the internet language, funny lady. And my friends give me that comment because they think I'm always the one who bring up the vibe in the crowd. And I'm quite happy with that name. It's fine. I just want everyone to be happy.
Do you always laugh at funny things?
Yeah, and to be honest, sometimes I think I laugh too hard. When I listen to a joke, and maybe that just hits me so much, and I would laugh out loud on the street that everybody on the street, like those strangers on the street, would even look at me because they feel like, oh, is this girl crazy, or something like that? Because I react too much. I really react strongly to those jokes.
When was the last time you laughed?
The last time? Maybe yesterday, I was sliding those videos on TikTok, and my friends just gave me one link that was about the funny video. That was a funny video, but I didn't really remember what was the content, but I laughed quite hard.
Do you enjoy watching interesting and funny movies?
Yes, I thoroughly enjoy watching interesting and funny movies because they provide a great escape from everyday stress. My favorite movies are those that have perfect blend of humor and engaging storylines. Watching such film with friends or family often turns into a memorable bonding experience. They also offer a chance to see different perspectives and cultural humor, which I find fascinating.
Do you think you are a funny person?
I like to think of myself as someone who has a good sense of humor, though it might not always be apparent to everyone. I enjoy making light-hearted jokes and finding humor in everyday situations. Sometimes my friends and family tell me that my jokes brighten their day, which I take as a compliment. However, I know that humor is subjective, and what I find funny might not always resonate with others.
Are you a person who often makes others laugh?
I do try to make others laugh, especially during social gatherings or when someone seems down. I find that a well-timed joke or funny comment can lighten the mood and bring smiles to people's faces. Sometimes I share amusing anecdotes or playful observations to cheer up my friends and family. Well, I don't always succeed. I believe that making others laugh is a valuable and rewarding effort.
Do you always laugh at funny things?
I tend to laugh at funny things as I believe laughter is a natural and healthy reaction to humor. However, my response can be different depending on the context and my mood at the time. Sometimes I might find something funny but not laugh out loud, especially if I'm in a more reserved setting. Overall, I enjoy laughing and find it to be a great way to release tension and connect with others.
When was the last time you laughed?
The last time I laughed was during a recent movie night with friends where we watched a comedy film that had us all in stitches. I remember laughing heartily at a particularly clever thing that caught us by surprise. It was a great moment of shared joy and lightheartedness, which made the evening even more enjoyable. Laughter like this is always a refreshing break from routine and a reminder of the simple pleasure in life.
1. Do you enjoy watching interesting and funny movies? Absolutely. I find watching hilarious movies a great way to relax and unwind. They not only entertain me, but also lift my spirits after a hard-working day. And I particularly enjoy watching comedies with some engaging storylines. 2. Do you think you are a funny person? Well, I'd like to think so. I enjoy injecting a little humor into conversations and situations if it's possible. And also making others laugh is a great way to bring me joy. Of course, it's good to connect with people and lighten the mood. 3. Are you a person who always makes others laugh? Yes, I tend to believe that I'm kind of a funny person because nearly all of my colleagues and friends said they feel happy when they're with me. And of course, I believe that laughter is contagious and it can create a positive atmosphere, especially in social interactions. 4. Do you always laugh at funny things? Well, most of the time, I laugh at interesting things because I think it's easy for me to find some humor from these situations. And of course, laughing at funny things are just a natural response for me. But there are still some cases that I might not immediately catch on to a joke or just the context isn't just right. So at that point, perhaps I would not.